Hi, I'm Andrea Jacobs.
Hi, I'm Peter Naraski.
Hi, I'm Brandy Molding.
Keep watching GPS 19. It's the best channel to follow.
Welcome to the University of Connecticut's Avery Point campus. My name is Sarah Dina Valley. Tonight, students will have an opportunity to meet with community organizations, colleges, and employers for Groton's first Maritime College and Career Fair. This event has been organized for those interested in maritime studies and careers. Joining us now is one of the organizers of tonight's event, Marshall Parsons. Hi, Mr. Parsons.
Glad to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Why do you feel it is important to host this event?
Well, we're right here on the water, and we have Project O. We've got Yukon Every Point. We have the Coast Guard Academy, the Coast Guard Station in New London. We have a Sea Scout ship and Girl Scouts and programs, and we've got a new upcoming Maritime High School, Magnet High School, being developed right here on this area come 2011. Groundbreaking ceremonies were on April 7th. So focusing on water-based education and careers and futures for young people is what it's all about. And that's what I'm here for tonight. And I'm so happy to see everybody show up.
Sounds good. What was involved in putting together tonight's event?
Well, you had to overcome the critics and the agnostics, and you had to dream of something to happen. And beyond that, it's just networking with people and just getting to know. So many people want to be here and to take the time out for youth. And so I'm looking for youth to take the time out and think of their future. It actually almost starts in 6th grade, if you believe it or not, thinking of what you're going to take in courses and classes to get into college or get a job outside of high school. So it took a little bit of planning, a lot of emailing, a lot of phone calling, and we're here.
Which organizations will we see here tonight?
Well, you'll see a lot of the major colleges. We have Goodwin College out of Hartford. They have a maritime environmental program, studies. Southern Illinois University. We have the maritime colleges, SUNY, Kings Point, Merchant Marine Academy. We have got the Coast Guard Academy here. We've got several job organizations such as General Applied Physics. We have International Yacht Restoration. So we have a little mix. We have some organizations such as the Coast Guard Auxiliary and a local small wooden boat building club called John Gardner. And they have a boat here, which is really quite nice. So a little mix of college, employment, and also just fun hobbies.
Why is Groton the perfect place to have a maritime fair?
Well, it's sunny today. How's that? And warm. So it's a perfect place for that. And you can see the water from here. What better place than thanks for Yukon Every Point to give us the Branford House and open it up to us all. And we're right on the water. That's and we're focusing on maritime education careers.
Thank you for hosting the fair, Mr. Parsons. Now let's go see what's happening. Hi, what is your name and who are you representing here tonight?
My name is Dr. Connie Plessman, and I am the program coordinator for Southern Illinois University, which is located on the naval base here in Groton, Connecticut.
What type of training or degrees do you offer?
We actually are a satellite campus, and we offer one degree program here in Groton. And it is a degree program meant to build on top of any occupation, and it's called Workforce Education and Development.
What kinds of jobs would people be qualified for?
Many of our students either use the degree program to become a better supervisor or manager, or they move into performance improvement type of jobs, such as training and development, career development, curriculum development, things of that nature, and just general management type positions.
Do most of your students commute or live on campus?
Actually, we're in a very unique situation since we're on the Naval Submarine Base. Our military students often live on base or near. Our civilian students come from the general Southeast Connecticut region typically.
What are the entrance requirements for your school?
This is a unique degree program, and we do have an entrance requirement of occupational experience. So our students need to have been employed in their career field at least 2 years and have had some training to support that career, such as military training or any type of civilian training that supports a career.
Thanks for joining us here tonight.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for inviting us.
Hi, what is your name and who are you representing here tonight?
My name is Claude Bicot, and I'm representing SUNY Maritime College.
What type of training or degrees do you offer?
We offer everything from marine transportation to 4 different engineering programs, along with maritime studies and marine environmental science.
Where is your school located?
We're located in the Bronx of New York City, about 2 hours and 15 minutes away.
Do most of your students commute or live on campus?
The majority of them live on campus.
Do you offer any scholarships or financial aid?
We offer 2 different forms of scholarships, ranging anywhere from all merit-based scholarships, anywhere from $1,000 to $10,000 a year, to scholarships given by companies all across the maritime industry. And then we also have financial aid available to about 80% of our students.
What are the entrance requirements for your school?
We're looking for about a B average, like a 3.0, and about a 1,000 on the SATs, just looking at math and verbal, or about a 21 or 22 on the ACTs.
Thanks for taking the time to talk with us.
Sounds good. You're welcome.
Hi.
Hi.
What is your name and who are you representing here tonight?
I'm Jeff Lee, and I am from Goodwin College in East Hartford, and we're here to talk about our environmental studies program.
What type of training or degrees do you offer?
We offer associate and bachelor degrees in health sciences, and the environmental studies program is part of the health science division.
Where is your school located?
East Hartford, Connecticut, right on the river, a beautiful brand new campus that just opened a year ago.
Nice.
And we use the river for our lab work and studies.
Do most of your students commute or live on campus?
Most commute right now, but we're building a complete set of dormitories right on the campus.
Do you offer any scholarships or financial aid?
Yes, we do. Very actively involved in it.
What are the entrance requirements for your school?
Every student takes the AccuPlacer test, which is English and math, and it gives us an idea of one of 3 different levels where they would start. So everybody starts at their point of strength.
Thank you for taking the time to talk with us.
Thank you.
Hi, what is your name and who are you representing here tonight?
Yeah, hi, I'm Ensign James Copsey from the United States Coast Guard Academy, and that's who I'm representing.
What type of training or degrees do you offer?
Okay, we're a 4-year undergraduate institution. We offer 8 majors, mostly in the sciences. We're primarily an engineering school. But every cadet is going to graduate with a Bachelor's of Science degree in one of those 8 majors.
What kinds of jobs would your graduates be qualified for?
Right, all of our graduates are going to have a guaranteed job for 5 years because that is the commitment when graduating the Coast Guard Academy. But they're going to be serving as Coast Guard officers in a variety of jobs. It is a military service, so they're going to be serving out on ships, air stations, and some land-based units, really doing our bread and butter missions like search and rescue, protecting the coast in terms of law enforcement and port and waterway security.
Do most of your students commute or live on campus?
Well, nobody commutes. All cadets are housed in Chase Hall on campus. All about 1,000 cadets that we have are going to live there for 4 years.
Do you offer any scholarships or financial aid?
We certainly do. All of our cadets are on a full scholarship. Our school is tuition free because it is a federal service academy. So if you are successfully appointed to the academy, you won't pay any tuition. In fact, you'll get paid while you're at the college.
What are the entrance requirements for your school?
Okay, you need to be a U.S. citizen between the ages of 17 and 22. There are some stringent medical requirements, and we're looking for leaders of character. That's our mission, is to graduate leaders and officers in the Coast Guard. So we're looking for high-performing academic students who want to serve their country as a Coast Guard officer.
Thank you for taking the time to talk to us.
Sure, thanks for having us.
Hi, what is your name and who are you representing here tonight?
My name is Nat Trumbull, and I'm the interim coordinator for the Maritime Studies program at UConn Avery Point. And we are a full 4-year major, and we have a number of students who are UConn students but are pursuing their full degree here in Groton, here at Avery Point. And we are only one of 4 4-year degree programs on campus. There's also coastal studies, which is biology, chemistry, lab science, natural science. We are the social science, humanities side of campus. There's also an American Studies program, which is there's a large history component to that, also humanities. And finally, there's a Bachelor of General Studies program as well. And concerning what jobs you might apply for with a Maritime Studies degree, we really have a wide range of graduates who are working in journalism. And actually, if I were to list the different career opportunities, this very much matches many of the classes you would take here. So we have a journalism class, we have a series of political science classes where you might might be preparing for a legal career. A number of writing classes. We've especially have a focus on nature writing related to the sea. So you might again either get into the journalism business or writing business. Teaching. We also think about shipping, marina, dockside work is another directions that our students often go into. Many of the students incidentally come to us very well prepared with summer work experience they've had at marinas or in marine hardware stores. So there's really a wide range. Many students then go on to graduate school, so this is by no means the end of many of our graduates' educations. Really, there's a wide range that we hope is preparing students to stay in the area. And I should mention some of the institutions we partner with. The Seaport, we have a number of interns who work there. The aquarium over in New London, a number of the historical societies we work with. So actually we more and more encouraging our students to work with interns as interns, and often this can lead to job opportunities as well if they've spent time in internships getting to know people in the field.
Do you offer any scholarships or financial aid?
We do. We've thanks to the generosity of the Kitchings family, we have 2 brand new fellowships called the Kitchings Fellowships. One typically goes to coastal studies and the other to maritime studies, and each year we're going to be awarding those scholarships to incoming students.
And what are the entrance requirements for your school?
application is done through the store's campus, and it's best if you contact the admissions office, and they can give you an idea of the range of GPAs and SAT scores. But we'd like to see all students here.
Thanks for taking the time to talk with us.
You're welcome. Good luck.
Hi, what is your name and who are you representing here tonight?
My name is Mike Coughlin, and I'm representing the University of Miami.
What type of training or degrees do you offer?
Well, the University of Miami is a broad-based private university located in Coral Gables, Florida. We offer degrees in everything, arts and letters, sciences, engineering. But the reason I'm here is that Miami has had a long tradition in offering degrees in the marine sciences. Combined with what they call the Rosenstiel School of Marine and Atmospheric Sciences, they are one of the leaders in the world in that area.
What kinds of jobs would your graduates be qualified for?
Well, I have my master's degree, and the job I was qualified for is my first job was at Electric Boat, and I worked in the submarine silencing area because I was in acoustics. But they obviously have jobs in any of the marine fields because they have marine biology, they have oceanography, they have any of the ocean sciences.
Where is your school located?
The main campus of the University of Miami is in Coral Gables, Florida, and the Rosenstiel School of Marine and Atmospheric Sciences is located on Virginia Key, which is just south of Miami and just north of Key Biscayne.
Do you offer any scholarships or financial aid?
Yes. The University of Miami has a very generous program in needs-based grants, as well as we have a number of scholarships. And their little piece of paper here is aimed specifically at that.
Do most of your students commute or live on campus?
Majority of the students live either on campus or near campus. It's not a big commuting school. Majority of the students come from all over the world and all over the United States and live in either dormitories and apartments provided on campus, or there are also a number of apartment houses sort of located near campus where they tend to live.
What are the entrance requirements for your school?
Well, clearly you have to be a high school graduate. Miami's fairly competitive, so our sort of, we say SAT scores need to be 1250 or higher on the two that we're most used to dealing with. About half of the student body are in the top 5% of their graduating class out of high school. So that's kind of a range, but they don't have specific requirements. They evaluate each application on its own.
Okay. Thank you for taking the time to talk with us.
Well, you're quite welcome. Thank you. And have a good afternoon or evening.
Hi, what is your name and who you are representing here tonight?
Hi, my name is Nora Mattern. I'm representing the Williams Mystic program located at Mystic Seaport.
What type of training or degrees do you offer?
We offer a semester-long program for students who are currently enrolled in a four-year college or university. So it's an opportunity to study away from their home campus for a semester and take 4 courses as part of their college experience.
Do most of your students commute or live on campus?
All of our students live on campus. They spend 17 weeks at Mystic Seaport, and they take a class in marine policy, marine science, maritime history, and literature of the sea. And they live in historic homes at the seaport. So the seaport's really their campus for the semester.
Wow. Do you offer any scholarship or financial aid?
Yes, we absolutely do. We have our own financial aid scholarships that we offer to students who are interested in studying with us. And often students who would like to spend a semester away, their schools will allow their financial aid to transfer with them.
What are the entrance requirements for your school?
Well, we expect the students will be currently enrolled in 4-year program, but students don't need to come to us with a background in sailing, or they don't need to have an oceanography background. We have students from all different walks. So we have about 12 to 14 colleges representing each semester, and as many majors. So we have anything from a physics major to a literature major each semester. So it's very interdisciplinary.
Thanks for taking the time to talk with us.
Oh, absolutely. Thanks for stopping by.
Hi, what is your name and who are you representing here tonight?
My name's Amanda, and I am representing Sea Scout Ship 584 Dragon out of Groton, Connecticut.
What is the purpose of your organization?
Sea Scouts is a lot like Boy Scouting, where we have requirements and rank advancement, but we are water-based, so we do a lot of things like sailing and rowing, and it's just a lot of fun for us, to be honest.
What do you train students to do?
Since we're a lot like Boy Scouts, the ultimate goal, if you're interested in advancement, is to get to, for Boy Scouts it's Eagle, but for us it's Quartermaster. And what you do for Quartermasters, you also have to do a project and there's requirements. But you start off very simple by just learning with us how to row.
Where do you have your meetings?
We have our meetings at Subvets on School Street.
And what are some other requirements for advancement?
Well, there's only 4 ranks, unlike in Boy Scouts where I believe there's 6 or 7. You start out with Apprentice, and there one of the requirements is to recruit a friend to join. Another thing is to learn about the emblem of our unit, to learn about the flag, to learn about the sea history, and just to get a background knowledge of what's going on. There's also a swimming requirement because we want to make sure that you know how to swim. The next rank is Ordinary, and with Ordinary you basically learn everything that you need to know about boating. With us, it's a lot of sailing. We do some power boating, but with most Sea Scout ships, it's also just sailing. So after that, you go to Able, and with Able, you start teaching requirements. You start teaching someone else how to tie knots. You start teaching someone else how to swim even, because we do get some people who don't know how to swim. Then from there is Quartermaster, like I said before. With Quartermaster, you're still doing a lot of the teaching, but now you're going out into the community to do things with your project. You also write a paper, it's about 200 words, on something that the ship can do better to help out the community.
Okay, thank you for talking with us tonight.
Thank you.
Hi, what is your name and who are you representing here tonight?
My name is Mistral, and I'm representing the Stonington Harbor Sailing Foundation.
What kind of activities does your camp offer?
We do marine biology and sailing for summer and spring and fall.
Where is your campus located?
We're located in the Stonington Borough.
Do most of your students commute or live on campus?
All of our students actually commute to program every morning along with all of our instructors as well.
Do you offer any scholarships or financial aid?
We do. For the students who take the program, we actually offer financial aid, either full or partial scholarships.
And what are the requirements for either enrollment or internship?
For an internship with us, all you would need to do would be go to our website, which is www.shyc-sf.org, or you could contact myself directly.
Thank you for taking the time to talk with us.
You're welcome.
Hi, what is your name and who are you representing here tonight?
I'm Susan Tamulevich, the director of the Custom House Maritime Museum, which is just over the river in New London, Connecticut.
What would people see at your museum?
Well, we're a community museum, so unlike someplace like Mystic Seaport, which is America and the sea, our community museum tells the stories about people in New London and various aspects of the maritime history of New London.
What kind of things are you sharing with your guests?
Well, we have special exhibits. Right now we have an exhibit about the awesome oyster, which traces the history of the oyster all the way up to the present day, because right now there's a new green industry of farming oysters in Noank. So we have the history, we have the culture of oysters, the oyster songs, oyster food, and then farming oysters, which is a big new industry. We also have a historical exhibition that was put together by some of our volunteers on the 70th anniversary of the sinking and rescue of a famous submarine called the Squalus, the USS Squalus. And the rest of our museum, our permanent exhibits, tell about the maritime history of New London, about the New London Harbor Lighthouse, which is a property we are stewards of, we own and take care of, about the Customs Service, because our museum is actually the oldest continuously operating custom house in the United States. It was designed by Robert Mills, who designed the very famous Washington Monument, you know, the obelisk in Washington, D.C. And we still have customs agents who work out of our building. And customs, up until the Civil War, are the way that the federal government paid for itself. There were no federal income taxes. It was just the tariffs on all the shipping coming into this country and going out that paid all of our expenses.
Right. What's the mission of your organization?
Our mission is to protect the Custom House and preserve it, to protect and preserve the New London Harbor Light, and to teach about the history and maritime, the rich maritime culture of the New London County. One of the events I forgot to mention is that in 1839, it's New London, and in fact the Custom House that the Amistad came into, the original Amistad. And in another couple of weeks, on May 20th, we're going to have a very significant event. The reproduction Amistad has just gone to Cuba for the very first time. And they've retraced the original voyage of the Amistad, and they'll be landing in New London on the 20th of May. So we're really honored to be working with them, and we're very pleased to have this event coming up.
Wow. Well, thank you for taking the time to talk with us.
Well, it's very nice to be here, and we're happy to see you. Come visit us.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good job.
Hi, what is your name and who are you representing here tonight?
My name's Jim Pilliard. I'm from Waterford, and I'm representing the United States Merchant Marine Academy at Kings Point. We're located in Great Neck, Long Island, about 2 hours from here.
What type of training or degrees do you offer?
We offer degrees in marine engineering and nautical science. The Merchant Marine Academy is to train people to work in the maritime industry. And in addition to a degree, we also offer a Coast Guard license for either working as a mate or an engineer.
Do most of your students commute or live on campus?
Everybody lives on campus. We're a federal academy, just like the Coast Guard Academy. So it's a 4-year program. It's a free program. You need a congressional or a senatorial nomination to go there.
And what are the entrance requirements?
Well, like any other federal academy, you have to be smart in math and science, top of your class in high school, top 20%, good SAT scores, like real good, say 1,300, and good in math and science. That's most important.
And what kinds of jobs would your graduates be qualified for?
Just about everything in the maritime industry. Some of our graduates go to sea on ships and work as engineers or mates. Others go full-time military. Others work at companies like Electric Boat or a maritime law firm in New York. Really, there's all sorts of jobs for Kings Point graduates.
Thank you for taking the time to talk with us tonight.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Hi, what is your name and who are you representing here tonight?
My name's Rob Davenport, and I'm representing the Massachusetts Maritime Academy.
Where is your school located?
Buzzards Bay, Massachusetts.
Do most of your students live on campus or commute?
All of our students live on campus. Yep.
And do you offer any scholarships or financial aid?
It's mostly need-based financial aid. There's also some merit award scholarships for high academic standards. And usually if people qualify for federal need-based financial aid, there's also some matching money from Mass Maritime as well. It's the one thing I would say is that we offer basically in-state tuition to Connecticut residents. And so basically anyone who lives up and down the East Coast, with the exception of Maine and New York, who have maritime colleges, we can offer them in-state tuition basically.
What are the entrance requirements for your school?
Without getting too specific, the big thing is math and science. A strong background in math and science. Algebra 1, 2, geometry. Chemistry is a preferred lab science. Everyone's going to attain a Bachelor of Science degree at our school, so you're going to be taking calc and trig and physics and some high-end stuff. So that's the main emphasis that we're looking for.
And what kinds of jobs would your graduates qualify for?
There's a wide range. We have 2 degrees that have to do with going to work directly, in the maritime industry, which is marine engineering and marine transportation. And then we offer a criminal justice-based homeland security, emergency management, a facilities engineering degree, which is civil, mechanical, and electrical engineering, an international maritime business degree, and then we've also got a marine safety environmental protection degree. So, our graduates are going to have a wide range of job opportunities. We offer, 100% job placement within 3 months of graduation. So there's, and they make some pretty nice money too when they get out of school. So it runs the gamut. It really does. Employers are looking at the kind of students that come to our school, not necessarily so much for the curriculum, although it's a big part. It's a secondary education. Like I said, we're paramilitary, so they're part of a military regiment on our campus. So employers know that they got up every day, put a uniform on, made their bed, had a room inspection. So that's the biggest selling point, I think, for employers at our school.
Thank you for taking the time to talk with us tonight.
Okay, no problem. Thank you.
Hi, what is your name and who are you representing here tonight?
My name is Tom Siniglio, and I represent the United States Coast Guard Auxiliary, and I'm stationed in Clinton, Connecticut, where we travel up and down the coast of New England to do safe boating missions. We educate the public on safe watercraft, wearing the life jackets, paddle smart courses, navigation, knots, marlin spikesmanship, also anything to do with the water as far as navigating back and forth and being courteous boaters, staying away from the pollution, reporting pollution, and also we have Waterway Watch, which is if anything mysterious is happening around a bridge or a body of water marina, we report it to the authorities because of the heightened security since 9/11. So we need all the eyes and ears on the water that we possibly can. It's a volunteer organization. We're always looking for members. And my purpose here at the Maritime and Career Fair is to show this is a part-time career or a full-time career for someone. This is, I've already had my full-time career and retired, and now I'm doing this, and I'm excited about it because I train with the active duty Coast Guard, and I help with boaters, both civilian boaters and also the military boaters, and the fire departments and the police departments. They all have boats, and we want to reduce the fatalities. That's the biggest thing. A lot of people don't wear the life jackets. They don't think they need to, and what happens is they drown, and you don't get that back. So it's a matter of seconds sometimes wearing a life jacket.
So what are you showing people here tonight?
Well, I've got brochures on all of our activities, the Connecticut State Boaters Guide, navigation systems, how to operate the radio, personal watercraft, how to stash your trash. If they're interested in a career with the Coast Guard, regular Coast Guard or the auxiliary or the reserves, I can put them in contact with people. We also offer, like I said, the paddle sports classes for kayakers and for canoeists. A lot of people are into that because it's inexpensive mode of transportation, but it is highly dangerous because you're right at sea level. So even if you're a good swimmer, if the water is 50 degrees, you could actually drown. So it's something we need to emphasize. A lot of people like fishing and hunting and things of that nature. We also have brochures for that. And we have visual distress signal brochures. If they'd be interested in joining the Coast Guard Auxiliary, more than happy to talk to them. The more the merrier. We're a volunteer organization, like I said, and as little or as much effort as you could put into it, that's what you get out of it. I get more out of it because I put more into it, so just like anything else.
The auxiliary sounds really exciting. How would someone get involved in it?
Well, if you're interested, you have to be 17 years or older, and you have to pass a background check, basically through the state police and the FBI, And once you do that, the membership is approximately $35 or so a year, and that entitles you to go to all the meetings. You can participate as little or as much as you want. Our meetings are about an hour or two. We meet once a month, and then each month we have a weekend activity, usually a public education or some kind of marine operation, courtesy examinations, or we might have a party, a barbecue or a parade or something like that. So all these things are opportunities. One of the things that I'd like to encourage people to do is consider it, because you get the same education as you do with the regular Coast Guard. So you have a member ID and you log on to the computer and the internet. You'll get the same public affairs, journalism, communications, navigation, Coast Guard, marine biology, all the things you would in the regular Coast Guard. I'm not paying anything for them, and I'm doing them at my own leisure, and yet you get the credits for it, the points for it, and you get the instant gratification of certification. We also have liaisons where we go to the actual Coast Guard Academy or Station to Haven, Station to London, and we actually train with the regular duty Coast Guard on their boats. So we actually see what a 22-year-old person does. Now I'm 48, so I can't do twice as much as a 22 anymore, but some of our members are in their 80s. So they do what they can do. Some of them are pilots, some of them have their own boats. It's not a requirement, but if you do have your own boat, we could definitely use that as a facility. Those are just some of the things. What I like to also encourage is the fellowship, because if you like boats, you like hanging around boats, and people that are boaters, the Coast Guard Auxiliary is a lifelong membership. We have males, females, tall, short. There's no physical requirements. Whatever you possibly could do is fine. You don't have to wear the uniform, but you can if you wish. And again, I enjoy it thoroughly. My wife enjoys it because I get out of the house. So that's another aspect of it, is I do get out of the house and talk with people.
Would you mind going a little more in depth about training?
Yeah, as far as the training, we offer mentoring where, based upon what you're interested in, you could learn how to be a vessel examiner, you could learn how to be an instructor, you can be certified in all that, and they actually have qualifications for each step, and courses you can take, modules, and then they have practical exams and workshops. And then every year we have competency training where they have recurring skill trains, new ideas that come out, new techniques that come out. And as you continue through the process, you gain more and more experience, and you find out that there's more courses out there that you didn't know existed. And you can search online, again, through the internet with the Coast Guard, and we have access to all the correspondence courses, all the regular, duty courses that they have. And if anybody's interested in anything, even just how to pilot a boat or how to navigate, to read charts or to make charts, we also do aids to navigation, where we actually go out and verify that a navigable buoy is on station. If the paint's missing or it's not active, the lights are out or anything, we report it, and sometimes we go out and fix it, sometimes the Coast Guard does. It kind of depends on the workflow. And the other training we get is for Homeland Security. We do a lot of incident management systems training, ICMS. So we have the same training as the fire department, the police department, the state troopers, the EMTs, and things of that nature. And it's, again, no cost to us whatsoever. And it's basically from the ground all the way up. So we have the access to the same Homeland Security information and training that the regular Coast Guard and federal employees have. So I'm excited for anybody who's interested in it, because I didn't know it existed till I found the auxiliary myself.
Okay. Thank you for talking with us tonight.
Have a great day.
You too.